let's do Hunter. So maybe we can draft it more aggressive. Oh, that's a good one. Savannah High Main. Very nice. Definitely take that over the other two. These aren't nearly as good. So, Forlorn Stalker is a 4-2. Never really saw play in anything, but it gives you Death Battle minions, +1/+1. And we do have one Death Battle minion. But would something like a Questing Adventure be better than that? And I kind of think the Questing Adventure is going to be better in most cases, especially if we're going to draft more aggressively, which Hunters tends to be pretty good at doing. Then you can go ahead and take that. So, Questing Adventure. These are all pretty bad. I think Emerald Weaver might actually be the least bad. I'm going to assume we're drafting like a mid-range Hunter deck or something, so let's just go ahead and do that. Emerald Weaver does damage. This is some pretty iffy removal, but it's probably better than the other two by a little bit. I think I'd rather have the swipe effect than just an arcane shot. So decent arena pick. 3/2 taunt for 2 mana is decent. These are all really, really bad. Might be the 10 mana 10/10. Or what is 6 mana 4/4? My god, these are really bad. Jeez. What's even to say about it? 3 mana 1/4 taunt. Could that be better? No way, right? But am I ever gonna seriously get to 10 mana? 10 mana 10/10? I guess I have to take the 10 mana 10/10. They're just really freaking bad. So much for mid-range. That's a 10 drop now. Okay, so Eagle Horn Pro is a pretty easy pick here. This isn't bad either, tier scale, but just one Death Rattle, and you can't assume we're gonna have synergy, so I'll take the one that's always good rather than the one that's sometimes good. This is really good with 1-drops, and maybe I can draft more 1-drops, so that's a solid pick. These are iffy. This requires secrets. I don't even know if we're gonna have secrets. I'd rather go for the card draw one. So now 1-drops are a lot better. This is the standard pick. We would always put 2 of them in a real mid-range Hunter deck, but we don't know how many 1-drops we're gonna get. That said, Tol'vir Warden is making 1-drops really good to get, so this would just kind of push that early board control game that Hunter's pretty good at right now. So, given that the other two suck, I think that's where we're going to be heading. So, this pick, 3 okay picks. This draws a Faceless Behemoth, but, I mean, do we care that much about it? Not really. I don't think that's good enough. So we'll just skip that one. Charged Devilsaur is an 8 mana 7/7. 8 mana 7/7 charge is not too bad, but it is kind of high on the mana curve. I think I'm more in the realm of Gurgly Volley, just because this is a solid statted minion that's kind of mid-range. Also can get us some coins, which aren't too useful, so I should really think of it more as a 5 mana 4/6 than a 5 mana 4/6 with a special. In which case, would I go with the Charged Devilsaur? I still don't think so. I'm going to grab it, but it's close. On the Hunt is decent, but I'd rather have like a 1-drop there so I could actually draw it. Yeah, this is just minions, not cards. Rubian Prophet is decent. Good at the tempo game plan. I think I'm going to go with Rubian Prophet. I think on average it's about a 3 mana 4/4, which is pretty decent. A legendary, okay. This is going to be bad because Hunters don't have any buffs really. This is going to be bad because how many spells are we really going to have? I mean, I could put it in the deck, but then it becomes a lot more late game. And we're already 11 cards in, we have 1 spell. I don't think that's really that good. So I'm going to go with Infinite Token Generation. This is actually pretty decent because it's not as much AoE in Arena. So I'll just grab that. Unleash the Hound's pretty good. Especially in Arena where every deck is forced to play board control, basically. So I think that's going to be the pick. Versus Fairy Dragon? Yeah, I think Unleash the Hounds. Okay, let's see. Igneous Elemental, Loot Border, or Emerald Weaver. Drafting Elementals probably isn't going to be a good bet. This is actually quite a bit better because A, it's a beast, and secondly, we are trying to get those adapts I think I'm going to take it just for the Tol'vir Warden. It's kind of like, well, if it goes late enough that I need the card draw, I'll probably draw the Tol'vir Warden as much as I draw the loot Warden. So we'll grab it. Although it's pretty close. This is really good with the Tol'vir Warden. I think I'm going to grab that because then I don't have to get any more 1-drops basically because we have 4 in the deck. And those aren't very good. So, Raptor. Okay, these are pretty bad, but Arcane Anomaly is better. Also a 1-drop. Probably don't need more 1-drops after this. Or 2-drops would be decent. Do I grab a 3rd Emerald Reaver? That's pretty funny, actually. Twisted Worgen, Squirming Tentacle. Is this better? I mean, how useful is Stealth, really? This does allow us to push a little bit more damage. I think it's close enough. I'll grab the beast that has the synergy with others. Ooh, Rewarded. Tol'vir Warden number 2. Definitely. Second weight Bruiser is pretty good in Arena. Galactic Crawler is good if they draft any pirates, which is pretty possible. This isn't a very defensive deck, so I think I want the Pirate Killer. Also, it's a beast, so there's some synergy there. Stampede might be really good. Sprite Promoter's not going to go off. Beast Child Wrath isn't that good, and we do have quite a few beasts, especially 1-drops. So, you know, I think this has good synergy with the deck. We're going to go with Stampede. My first Stampede ever. I really hope I get to play it, but obvious pick here is Eagle Horn Bow, because they're so terrible. Fiery Bat? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... We do only have 5 1-drops and 2 Tol'vir Wardens, so I think Fiery Bat might be better. Egnapper's okay. This one's okay, but there's only beasts, so I think Fiery Bat, yeah. So 6 1-drops. Not gonna grab Mistress of Mixtures. This is not good in the deck, but it might be good if, like, we lose board control and we need to regain it. And this is awful, so we're going Mad Bomber. Tol'vir Stone Shaver has no synergy with this deck. Blackwater Pirate can sometimes make cheap Eagle Horn Bows. That's not too bad. Abomination's awful. You could say, Abomination is an abomination of a card in this deck. It's pretty bad. So this is never going to go off. Would I trade 1 attack for, like, an Innovate when I have a weapon? I think I might. I think we do go Blackwater Pirate here. Okay, yep. Also, it has synergy with Galactic Crawler. I can always eat my own pirate. Scavenging Hyena is pretty good here. Acidic Swampy is also not bad, but I think the beast synergy is going to happen a lot more than the weapon destroying, so I'm going to grab the Hyena. Great with all these 1-drops. Ooh. Not playing Control. This might be good. It's also a 4-drop. This gets card draw, but we have 2 Tol'vir Wardens, and this is kind of mid-rangey, so we don't want that much card draw. Cyclopean Horde. Pretty easy pick. That's bad. This is bad, and that's bad as well, but... Ooh, what do we do here? Runic Egg? I mean, we could put it on the field and hope it gets drawn, but I think the 4-mana 4/4 might be the best. That effect never goes off, so it's just a 4-mana 4/4, but I think that's better than a 0/2 for 1 mana that sometimes will draw us a card, so I'll grab the 4-mana 4/4. Reluctantly, it's not good. Freezing Trap, really good with the bow. Healing and the Tentacle, irrelevant. We want the tempo. Let's see here. That's never going to get buffed. How many Death Rattles do we have in the deck? 1, 2, 3 Death Rattles, and only one of them is good. So that's not great. I don't think I want to play around this dream scenario where I actually get something decent off of that. Like, the best case scenario is like 3 mana, 3/3, sometimes deal 1 damage. I think that the Dispatch Kodo is the way to go. And that's Secret Keeper. But that's almost always a 1/2, so I'll go Kodo. It's a 4-drop, and a decent one. The Frozen Crusher is pretty strong, actually. Just a lot of stats, and I think stats wins here, so Frozen Crusher. And that's the deck. It is kind of like a Quest Hunter without the quest, which is fine. It's pretty slow. But it has really good synergy with that Tol'vir Warden, so that's going to be like 4 card draw. It will almost always go off. Stampede, Stampede, Crackling Razormaw. There's some pretty nice synergy here. It is kind of like just a really bad mid-range deck, but that might be good enough to win pretty well in Arena. So, I think that this would be something along the lines of 8 wins.
Rexa versus Rexa! Let the hunt begin. Bring it on!
Okay, so here we want some early game. Mad Bomber is nice in case he plays a 1-drop. Electric Collar is probably decent too. I wouldn't put it past Pirate, Hunter to draft some Pirates. And the Eagle Horn Bow is good too. I'm just gonna go with, I don't know if I'll coin out a 2-drop, but I have that option of going 2-2-3. Now it's 1-2-3 without even using the coin, so that's a pretty good opening hand. One of the advantages to having all those 1-drops is I almost always have a play on turn 1. So Savannah High Main's a good draw for later on. I'll obviously play the Fiery Bat just to put something on the board. Turn 1, spend mana efficiently.
Such big teeth I have.
That's pretty good against what we just played, so I'm just gonna follow it up with this guy. I can't hold it all like forever, and the Mad Bomber would be pretty terrible. Yeah. So the 1 mana minion becomes kinda 1 mana, deal 2.5 damage, kill half a minion. He seems to have some pretty good cards. Is he seriously gonna do that? Wow. That is not a smart play. Like really, this is gonna get so much value here. He just to push damage. He completely made my minion get way more value than it should. Now you get to clear his board. Why on earth would you do that? So that's one of the instances where you don't go face because you want to get value out of your minions in arena. That was just really, really bad on his part. And now he's... what is he gonna do now? I get to kill his minion for free. And I can just draw 2. And he's already losing the long game. Plus I have that board, so I don't see how you win from that position. I guess this guy thinks just because he's playing a hunter, you go face, but that's not really the case. Especially in arena. Is he gonna hit my face with that? Of course he is. Why wouldn't you? So all I need to do is basically kill him before he kills me. He might have something like an Unleash the Hounds in his hand, but I'm not going to play around that. We'll play 3 1-drops and hero power here. If he doesn't have Unleash the Hounds and he doesn't start clearing my board, I'm just going to take a lot of pain. I think I have like a 2-turn clock here or so. And he's got 4 damage a turn. So, I mean, in theory, if he's super aggressive and he has a lot of charge, of course he has that. Why wouldn't he? So let's see. 5 damage plus 4 is 9. Kind of depends on if he has something for the next turn. Okay. So I have to clear all but 1 at least. So let's see, trade, unleash. So let's see, 3, no, I want to get rid of 2, right? So let's see here. 2 minions, and I go up to 7 with unleash. I think I will play around the 1 extra damage. Hold on a minute. You know, I should have thought more about that turn. Let me see here. So if I play the Eagle Horn Bow, I have 6, 8, 10 damage this turn, and more next turn.
Down! I hunt alone.
So, if he doesn't play a taunt, and he doesn't have lethal, I win. But if he has either of those, I probably lose, which is ridiculous. I'm surprised how aggressive his deck was. Okay, that's pretty good. So now what do I need to find to get lethal? 5, 7, 9? No, I saw lethal. Barely. He probably would have won this game if he actually, you know, didn't make that overly aggressive play on turn 2. Like, letting my fiery bat get value there, that was not smart, even if you are playing aggressive. He has such quality cards too. He probably would have won that. I'm really surprised he did not trade there. I'm surprised I almost lost that too. Kind of unbelievable, right? So, that's one win. We'll see what happens in the next game. I don't think it'll be nearly that hard. I just got rolled against someone with a very good deck. Another thing I'm really glad that this deck is no slower than it already is. Any slower and I would have lost versus some aggro BS.
I will fight with honor. Let the hunt
Probably gonna
begin.
need most of this hand. Yep, don't need those. I think we just ditch everything. I really want a 1-drop in the opening hand. So there's no reason to hold on to something like a Questing Adventure. It's not even a good early game card. This is good synergy with Tol'vir Warden. So I'm doubting he's going to play anything. Most people who would draft Paladin will probably go for... Oh, does he actually have something? I was going to say most people probably have something a lot greedier, like, I think I'll hold on to that. I don't want to give the impression that I'm as aggressive as I am. And I do also want to make sure I draw the 4/3 1-mana minion when I do play Tol'vir Warden.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. So I'm going to get 2 damage in here. Probably play the Galactic Call. Well, I could just play 2 1-drops. This can eat a Pirate layer, right? I think that this might actually be slightly better. Also good to get all the 1-drops played before Consecration. I'm okay with him going Consecrating, I think. I'm not going to trade a 2-1 into a 1-drop. I mean a 1-mana token. Could get coin Consecrated. Okay. I probably have to trade into that one. Let's see. So, play's just going to be Galactic Crawler, and I'll trade. I don't want him getting value out of that. Surprisingly good Demolisher. It's painful to have to make that play. But I can coin and refill my hand for 2 turns. I still have 4 1-drops to draw. If I'm lucky, I can get 4 card draws. Probably at least 3 though. And the Tol'vir is pretty good against that board. I'll go for the card draw here. I'm not really worried about his board. I'm probably going to have a big spike in that. So he'll trade the 3-1 in there, and I could kill 3 guys off with Grievous Bite if he doesn't push with Glacial Shard into my minions.
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
Okay. I guess I have to kill that.
Down!
So I will. I mean, this is a pretty good Grievous Bite. Play 2 1-drops or push with Hero Power? I think it might be slightly better to Hero Power here. I don't think a 1-mana 2-1 is going to do that much at this point in the game. Plus I can just play it next turn with the Tol'vir Warden, which is likely.
You gotta pair up.
Okay. Let's see how many buffs that gets. 2 buffs, so he has 2 spells in his hand. Which means Bully is actually pretty good here, so I'll go ahead and play that. So a 1-mana minion just killed a 4-drop, I mean a 5-drop. That's pretty cute. Ooh. That's a lot of minions.
Reporting for duty.
The coin would be pretty good if I can get a Stampede going off. Don't draw 1-drop? Okay, good. Oh. I think I have to do this, though. It makes too much sense. Could have traded one in, but then it would have only gotten 5 minutes anyway. This also prevents him... Oh wait, no, it doesn't prevent him. He can still do the 6 mana buff if he has it. I'm really glad I get to draw 2 with that still. So I'm filtering out my deck, making it so that the rest of whatever I draw is going to be pretty good. And the Fiery Bat will be really good with Stampede if that happens to be drawn. Probably want to hold the Fiery Bat for that, honestly. How many cards do I have left in the deck? 16. Okay, so probably want to start going face if he's doing that. Can't really stop his minions anymore. So let's see, what's the optimal way to push damage here? 2 1-drops? Or just 2 4-drops? Probably just a 4-drop here. I guess I'll trade here just in case he has a buff, but I'm going to go for 4 here. So it's kind of a half measure. So if he starts hitting my minions still, he's going to get very low on HP. I'm hoping he doesn't have anything big. Ah shit, he has something big. And I can't play that. So I guess I need to just start hero powering him? Could have traded everything into that.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
You've got to be kidding me.
Handle it!
Seriously?
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Trying to win on that 4-turn clock, but I don't really see it happening. If he thinks he has to trade every turn, I might survive long enough, though. Do I have any outs? Well, if he trades everything into the Frozen Crusher, it would take him 3 turns to win. I might have an out. Like, Cyclopean Horror would probably make me live 1 more turn. Mod Bomber could theoretically do 2 damage to the face. Stampede could do something crazy. Let's see. That's about it. So, I have to hero power him 3 times to win this, basically. Probably 90% unfavored here. Almost certainly gonna lose this one. Let's see. So he's hitting me for a shitload, but he's not playing around the fact I have an 8-8 for some reason. That's actually not too smart, I think. Pretty sure I am that. I'm not gonna bother counting, I'll let him do that for me. But if I had something like a weapon, he would have just lost because he didn't trade.
By the holy light!
Okay.
Well fought. I can see.
Okay. Stampede is super cute, but it's not actually good early on. I'm gonna keep these 2 1-drops. They keep freezing, chat. I don't think so. I'm not actually sure. Thanks, son. Okay, double 1-drop into 2 drops seems to be a good way to play this out. I think I'm gonna hold on to the Fiery Bat because I expect him to do the hero power thing, and I'd rather do that when he actually has minions on the board. Okay, Stampede. I guess I'll be holding on to that fiery bat for a while. Pompous Thespian, I can predict to be the zero power, so that actually was also pretty good there. Okay, that's going to be an easy pick off with the Eagle Horn Bow. Pretty lucky this time. I did lose the game, so the matchup's going to be easier, of course. And fight damage increase.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Alright. Can't do anything there. Ooh. I don't know. Do I Stampede? I guess I have to Stampede just like as a cycle. That's really disappointing. Okay. I'll do that. Maybe I'll get some 1-drops. Time for some RNG. Gonna sort of play around with the trail here. I mean, it doesn't really play around it, but it might in the future. Come on. It had to be a 3-drop. And that's where Stampede isn't very good. So, I can hit that. Do I want to? Or do I want to just face? Is there actually any reason to hit his minions here? Yes, there's a reason to hit this one, because that one's going to trade into fire. But aside from that, I'm going to push some damage. And the rope's already kind of falling apart. Next turn, probably Iron for Hero Power. That's a lot of elementals. Okay, Gentle Megasaur. Sure, why not? Is this any better than this? I mean, technically a little bit. I just want to hit face. I can't just play this slow and hero power in each turn. I think I like that. He's almost dead. Like, what's a rogue gonna do? He's got, at most, 3 turns. And there's like 3 healing cards that people would actually draft in the game. Okay, so you put up a bigger guy. Doesn't really matter. Play another minion so that that's better. And then he has to trade with that anyway. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty decent. So he probably has to actually trade with the 7-3 there. Which means, Eagle Horn Bow is still lethal.
Balancing all things.
Sure. Trying to draw a healing card there.
Don't forget to tip
I really wish I didn't have to have this baseless behemoth. But would I take that 3-mana 1/4 beast as an alternative? Wait. Yes, 2+? Seriously? That's really funny. I've never seen friendly bartenders actually be that good.
I'm not ready.
Okay. So I think there are no outs here. And lethal on 2 turns. Fortunately, no pirates.
Give me a quest.
I wonder if people actively think, like, oh, they have to draft around Galactic Crawler so they don't take the pirate just because it's a pirate. It's true that they aren't very good unless you have synergy. Did he just play 2 Houndmasters? Oh, no, the same one twice. So, let's see. Unleash the Hounds doesn't quite do it, I think. Especially with that. And that's okay. proving Faceless Behemoth is in fact terrible. The Druid card, the 10 mana 12/12, that's not even good in practice. I thought it would be better. It's not.
Rexa versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer.
Let the hunt begin.
Super not keeping Stampede. It's only good later on. I'm actually not sure. How would you make a Stampede deck? I guess it would be like would you put Stampede in a Quest Rogue? I'm not sure. This is such a bad combo, but maybe he kills the 1-drop. It's possible, so I'll keep both. Okay, that's a lot of 1-drops. I prefer to draw them with the Tol'vir Warden. Might start with Arcane Anomaly, because with the coin that can be a 2/2.
Greetings, friend.
Probably never gonna get any better than it is right now.
Greetings, friend.
Greetings, traveler.
Okay. So I can trade and then try to get the Mad Bomber to hit. I kinda like that. Actually get some value out of Mad Bomber in theory. A lot of the time. Not all the time. I could still hit it with the 3/2 and then keep the 3/1 on the board. But if he's actually able to kill this now, that's really good against all of these 1-drops. How many 1-drops do I have left in the deck? Ooh, 1. Drawing all the 1-drops really made Tol'vir Warden pretty bad, actually. At least I can hit him for 3 damage with this battle cries, though. He's actually drafting a Murloc deck? That's pretty ballsy, because Murlocs aren't any good at all unless you have a lot of them. And to play one that you have to control a Murloc and then you discover a Murloc, I don't know about that one. I probably wouldn't do that. Okay, with Evolve. You can kind of see that. This is only when they're summoned. Though that is a scary enough effect I have to trade here. But there's the board, and lets me draw one, so it's not that bad.
Get 'em, boys.
Wow, look at this guy's Arena Evolve deck. I can't play around the second Evolve. If he has it, I guess I just lose. I mean, I can hit it. I guess it's a good idea to hit one, because then you can't trade 3 times. And also, Flame Tongue Totem could be a thing. It is a common. I guess Nesting Rock is 2. So I can trade 3 times into it. And still have a 3/6. Savannah High Main is obviously the play. So let's see, 7 damage. I guess I trade while I can. And the fact that that guy died means that if I draw the second Tol'vir Warden, I can actually still draw 1 minion. And 1 mana 4/3 is actually pretty good. In terms of mana value. I mean, it's at the point in the game where I'm going to start floating extra mana anyway, so... Ooh, really? You're going to default? Sweet. That almost made my board better. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. So you spend a card to take a terrible 4-drop and turn it into a great 3-drop, and a really good 6-drop and turn it into a really good 5-drop, though I guess that part was just bad luck. He totally should have traded first. I don't know why he wasn't. And yes, that's a taunt. I'll probably hit this. Finja only works if you can actually kill my minion, so as long as I keep that guy healthy. The Vault's actually not bad either. But I'm not that afraid of Finja. So I'll hold on with the Vault. Unless he can deal 5 extra damage to that, I should be okay. Did he really draft Finja? Or did he discover that? That must have been discovered, right? Okay, I was discovered. No one's that lucky to draft a Murloc deck and get Finja. Unless like, Finja was the first pick. But like, when does that happen?
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Okay, those are really bad devolve targets, so I'm not going to have much interest in hitting those. Yeah, that doesn't work. Sorry, there's a taunt minion. It's very complicated to understand this. Okay, that dispatch killer is actually really good. It lets me kill the 4-drop. Ooh, Ancestral Spirit on the 2/7. I'll be able to keep Shaku around longer. Or would it be better to actually Ancestral Spirit with Shaku? I don't think so. Putting it on the 2/7 taunts instead. Also, kind of a side effect, but this Armor Smith generating armor, that's actually pretty good for a hunter that normally has no way of healing. Man, if I could have this card in Rogue, that would be amazing. It really does make it a lot easier to be a control deck. So Shaku's gotten 2 cards so far, which is great. Can we make it 3 cards? I might actually devolve this board if he puts anything else. Ooh. Oh, no, that actually really is good against with devolve. That's probably the best devolve target. And also we don't want Finja to stick around, so let's see what happens here. Okay, that went pretty well for me, except that's going to kill my Shaku. So, I should just try to get my last bit of value here, trade these into that, and probably call it good. Lotus Agent, that's pretty good. I'll hit that. And Lotus Agents. Into card draw, or healing, probably card draw. Especially, yeah, Fan of Knives against a Shaman. It's hard to consider that. How did that even happen? I'm a hunter and now I'm playing with a rogue card? Fan of Knives? Seriously?
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
Handle it.
Okay, do I have lethal? 4 or 9 plus 5 is 17. Yep.
Forward.
Strike.
Until low.
That was you drafted an interesting deck. I don't actually think it was that bad. It had Evolve, it had Murlocs. I think you just got lucky with the Primal Fin Lookout, though. I mean, Evolve Doppelgangster, that's a real combo, though. Didn't really work out that way. I mean, that's the thing about, like, constructed decks, though. It's really hard to take it and put it in an arena and for it to be just as good. It's never going to be as good, so you shouldn't really try to draft, like, Freeze Mage or Evolve Shaman or, like, Quest Hunter. I mean, I don't even think you can get the quests in arena to begin with, but even if you could, you shouldn't try to go for it. Anything that requires synergy that you don't already have is just not good in arena. Like, if you have Draconid OPs, those are okay because they're 5 mana, 5/6. But you shouldn't get the Netherspite Historian because that's a 2 mana 1/3, and it's only good if you have a dragon. But if you end up playing it as a 2 mana 1/3, you just kind of lose the game.
Let the hunt.
So you have to have that synergy. Ooh, that's kind of a tough one. I guess the rogue, do I really want to have something like that on it? I think I'm actually going to toss the 1-drop, and I'm not going to play a 1-drop. If he coins something out, I can Mad Bomber it. I mean, I end up getting a 1-drop anyway. I kind of have to play the 1-drops now. I guess if he has to coin to kill it, that's okay. The idea was, I play nothing turn 1, he coins something out, I get lucky and kill it with Mad Bomber. Hero power? Okay. So I can still like Mad Bomber here. Or I could just hero power and try to get value out of this stuff. Is that worth it? He's obviously got a 2-drop, otherwise he wouldn't do that. So I want to try to kill the 2-drop for free. I think that might be too greedy. That's kind of bad stuff. Oh, it's just the card he had.
Wanna blow something up?
Perfect. Yeah. Wasn't a bad idea in theory, you just had a 2-3 instead of a 3-2.
I suppose.
Faceless Behemoth really is like the worst card ever invented for, you know. It might actually be one of the worst cards in the game. Okay, failed by Eagle Horn though. That's pretty weird.
Drink with me, friend.
Okay, Tol'vir Warden is way better than Blackwater Pirate, and I'll use the 3-1 weapon with the 3-2. Still have to play board control. Next turn probably Savannah Highman though. Almost for sure. Wow, okay. I mean, that's not that bad. He only has 4 damage on board. I guess I still play that though. Do I hit face next turn? Maybe not. If I draw like Unleash the Hands, it pretty much win. He seems to be very tempo based or aggressive based, which is what most good rogue decks in Arena actually do. Frozen Crusher. Okay.
Give me a quest.
So I'll play everything. Let's see here. This dice to anything, so I'm wasting 4 damage if I hit it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do I think he has 2 damage in the hand? Well, let's see if it matters. 11, 13, 11, 13, 15, 17. So if I hit face right now, this still does 5 damage to him, so I should do that. So if he has 4 damage, I die. If he doesn't have 4 damage, he has to trade or play a taunt, or else he dies.
Delicious spider.
Okay, so he has 4 damage. Okay, wow. So, thoughts on this arena? What went wrong? I think it's the fact I had a Faceless Behemoth, honestly. That's just a really bad card. No real ways of coming back, and Emerald Reavers are just not nearly as good as like a an Alley Cat. So really surprising that it did that bad. I think I was very close to winning that match there. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Rewards. Okay, got everything back, but Pringle, so that's not that bad. And I did complete a quest, so technically that still comes out on that. Okay. Cool, cool.